A new climate change tax for visitors of a very popular state just got signed into law. We've got a welcome offer that could get you 5 free night certificates, and I've got a story today related around going to a nice resort, paying for extra for an adults only area pool, but what happens when people bring their kids in there and what kind of situation could that create? That and much more, including the best and worst cities to travel to for summer vacation. This is going to be a very full episode to say the least. I'm Brandon Boyd with The Brandon Boyd Show. Thank you so much for watching. Every Sunday evening, I try to catch you up on all the news you may have missed regarding credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, and everything in between. It's super simple to follow along. The topics are on the screen, timer down below, timestamps down in the description. If you do find this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notifications for alerts. Keep in mind, if you're interested in any of the cards mentioned in today's video, or any card for that matter, make sure you're applying using my referral link in the description. That always helps me out a ton. I've got some free food deals at the end of the show as well we're going to talk about, but we've got things to do. The news is here. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. You know, Hawaii is an absolutely beautiful place. I've been to a couple of times, been to several of the islands. I really enjoy it. However, the governor of Hawaii has just signed into law a pretty groundbreaking law that's revolved around taxing tourists for the carbon emissions that they may be putting out in the state of Hawaii. Interesting. So Democratic Governor Josh Green has officially signed the first climate change tax into law, and it's being labeled the green fee. That's pretty convenient. It's nice. It's very green out in Hawaii, so that makes sense, but it also applies to carbon footprint and those kind of things for those of you interested in environmental issues. So cruise passengers will also be included, paying a prorated tax based on how many days their ship is docked at a Hawaiian port. And this is set to take effect in January, and the law will impose a 0.75% tax on visitors staying in hotels and short-term rentals. Basically, the state of Hawaii is going to charge you extra money for the carbon footprint that you're expanding in their state and the carbon emissions that you're putting out by going on the cruise ships, driving, staying in hotels, all of those things. This is a really interesting tax, and I've got to know, just beyond the state of Hawaii, let's just look beyond that. Let's say your state decided to do this. Do you think it's a good idea? In my opinion, may not be the best way to think about this, but I'll just share it with you. This is my honest opinion. A 0.75% tax is something that's not really going to get noticed that much, okay? It's not going to get noticed. They already charge inordinate amounts of resort fees, all kinds of other fees and taxes and things like that. So I think slipping this in, people aren't really going to notice, but it does raise the bigger question of what does this look like moving forward? What if some place like California or Florida or some other really touristy place decided to put in a 3% or a 5% tax? What point would it come to make you decide not to travel to those states? Or do you not like this in general? Do you think it's a bad idea? Do you like this idea? A lot of stuff on the table here. It definitely opens up a lot of doors for what could happen in the future. I don't think this is going to make a big difference in people choosing to go to Hawaii or not, but what do I know? Let me know what you think. You know, really, who couldn't use 5 free night certificates valued at up to 60,000 points for each night? Well, IHG is doing that, and I'm going to show you how to snag it. So right now, Chase IHG Premier has an offer where you can earn 5 free night certificates up to 60,000 points per night, and that's huge because that's up from the regular 40,000 points per night on these free night certificates that we've seen. You go up to 60,000 points per night after $5,000 in purchases within the first 3 months. This is a really good deal. You're able to use higher level properties by going up to 60,000 points per night. This is really great. The welcome offer, it should be easy to hit as well. $5,000 in 3 months. You should be able to do that, which is sad to say, by just going to the grocery store and filling the car up with gas. I don't know. I won't go off on a tangent on that, but long story short, it's a very attainable welcome offer. So I highly recommend this one. I love that it's moved from 60,000 up from 40,000. If you're an IHG loyalist or if you're looking to expand into IHG properties, now is the time to do it. Go ahead and snag this card. It's a good one. You know, this story may be coming out a little bit too late, but I want to share it with you anyway because Forbes has ranked the best and worst cities to travel to in the summer. Now, a lot of you all already have vacation plans in place. I totally understand that. And I'm not telling you to go to or go away from any of these places that I'm getting ready to mention, okay? I'm just sharing the information. If you're from these places, don't be offended. I'm not the one that wrote the article, but I do want to share these and get your thoughts on it. See if you're in agreement in some of these. Do you think there are some cities that are left off of this list that should be on there or shouldn't be on there? A lot of stuff to think about, but let's dig into how these rankings came to be. So Forbes did some research looking at a total of 16 metrics to score cities across the US. They looked at crime rate, the median hotel price during the summer travel season, median cost of tourist activities, average price for a 2-person meal, temperatures in June, July, and August, number of tourist attractions, number of restaurants, walking score, transit score, and a lot more. Long story short, this was not a fly-by-night survey that was put together. They actually looked at a lot of things. So first, let's look at the worst cities to travel to in the summer, according to Forbes. So coming in at number 1 is Jacksonville, Florida, followed by Colorado Springs, Colorado. That's interesting. I'm going to Colorado this fall. But again, this is only looking at summer travel, so keep that in mind. Colorado Springs comes in at number 2, Fresno, California, number 3, Memphis, Tennessee, number 4, and Albuquerque, New Mexico, number 5. So keep in mind, just like I said, this is for summer travel. This doesn't mean that these are the worst places in the U.S. to live by any means. It's just based on the metrics that I mentioned a little bit earlier. Now, traveling, it can get very congested, prices can get very high. There's a lot of things to consider, so that's why these are placed there. Now let's look at the 5 best places to travel according to this survey. So coming in at number 1, summer vacation travel, you should go to Minneapolis, Minnesota, followed by Long Beach, California, Washington, D.C., Seattle, Washington, and at number 5, Omaha, Nebraska. Now, this is really interesting. This is a very diverse list on the best places to visit, to say the least. When you look at it, you look at northern states like Washington, you've got Washington, D.C. You've even got the center of the country with Omaha, Nebraska, and down to Long Beach in California. So quite a wide variety of places to visit when it comes to the best places. You know, I've never been to some of these places. I'm curious to hear what you have to say about their placement on the good or the bad list, and which places in the country do you think should have been in either one of these lists? Let me know in the comments. I'm always curious what you have to say. And again, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just sharing the data. So if you're from these places, don't be offended. It's just science, I guess. Hey, every week on the Weekly Pointers News Update, I like to share a story from someone who posts online talking about credit cards, points, miles, travel, money, or finance, and how those come together in relationships or just scenarios with other people. And I want to know what you would do in this particular scenario. So in this case today, a lady is posting online. She went to a very nice resort where she paid extra to go to an adults only pool section of the resort. However, some people that were near her brought their kids, and it created a little bit of a scenario. So let's read this. I'm going to read this from the perspective of the person that posted it online, and you let me know if they're in the right or in the wrong. So I'm a 31-year-old female, and my husband is 34 years old. We paid quite a bit extra per night to have a room at a resort in Costa Rica with a swim-up room. This section of rooms in particular are the only, quote, adults only, end quote, spaces in the resort. While we were lounging on our chairs and in front of the room in the pool, we saw a couple of rooms down, a couple with a 13-year-old and 15-year-old boy with them. There are several signs around the pool indicating it's adults only. Didn't say anything the first day. Yesterday, the boy was in the adult pool again, snorkeling in their section and making some noise. But it bothered me that we paid hundreds of extra dollars per night for this adults only space, and there's approximately 5 other pools at the resort that are kid friendly. The following day, I did ask if the kid was 18 years old when they were outside, and when they confirmed he wasn't, I asked if we could respect the adults only rules because of the extra cost. It caused quite a scene. They got upset when I asked, and now my husband's mad at me as well. Am I the jerk in this scenario for bringing this up? What should I do? This is a very interesting story, to say the least, because there's a lot of thoughts going through my head. All right, first thought when I first read this was, you know what, rules are rules, kids shouldn't be in there. On the other hand, if the kid is not really making that big of a racket and not really bothering anybody that much, you may want to let it go and just relax. However, I can understand when you're paying extra money to be in that adults only space, especially with the fact that there are kid-friendly pools in other areas of the resort. So on that hand, I see it as well. If it were me, in this story she said they were like a couple of rooms away, so the kid wasn't like right next door to them or anything and wasn't really making that much noise. I would let it go. Now, if they were in the room right next to me and I literally couldn't relax because maybe I'm traveling to get away from my kids or something like that, I don't know, then at that point I might be like, hey, you know what, I came here to relax. No offense or anything like that. I'm sure your kids are fine, but I really can't relax with them around, especially when they're 5 feet away from me. Then I think that is totally, perfectly fine. But in this case where there are a couple of rooms down and they're not really in your space, maybe leave it alone. It may not be worth the fight. I don't know. I go 50-50 on this one. This is really tricky. But like I said, if it's not directly bothering me, I'd probably let it go. Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments. Have you been in a scenario like this? This comes up a lot. I hear this a lot when people go to resorts where maybe there's an adults only hot tub area and people bring their kids. I don't like that stuff because you're sitting in an enclosed hot tub area with kids, and you really go to the hot tub to relax, and you're in this circle together and you're just sitting there fuming like, oh, I wish they would go somewhere else. I want to enjoy my cocktail set by the hot tub. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong on this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always on the Weekly Pointers news update, I like to end the show with a free food deal. This week is no exception. We've got 2 for you this week. The first one is from Raising Cane's. I love it. So Raising Cane's is offering a free box combo for its rewards members. So there's no coupon that's needed. All you have to do is head to a participating Raising Cane's location and ask for a Caniac Club card. After that, ask them what website to go to register that Caniac Club account to for the mobile app. And then once you do that, you will get a free box combo. Let me tell you this, if I could inject the cane sauce into my veins every day, I would do it. I think it's absolutely delicious. And the fact that Flavor Flav is their new spokesperson is about the best thing that I can possibly think of. Now moving over to McDonald's, this is a deal that I've mentioned a couple times, but I just want to remind you because I take advantage of this every single week. So McDonald's offers free fries every Friday through their mobile app. All you have to do is go through their app and you'll be able to get a free order of fries. My favorite thing to do on Fridays is to take my lunch, go to McDonald's, get my free order of fries through the mobile app, and then order a large Coke Zero. For some reason, the Coke Zeros at McDonald's are just better. There's some scientific reasoning behind that. I don't know what it is, but it is just better, and that's a fact. Make sure you take advantage of this, the Cane's combo, and you'll be eating good this week. This was a very fun episode. We covered a lot of different topics. We talked about the best and the worst places to travel in the U.S. for summer vacation, the elevated card offer, the new law that was put in place in Hawaii called the green fee. Interested to see what you think about that, and let me know what you think about the story of the lady that complained about the kid that was in the adults only pool area. I'm always curious what you have to say on those stories. And keep in mind, if you're interested in the card that I mentioned in today's video, make sure you apply using my referral link in the description below. That always helps support the channel, and I can't thank you all enough for doing that so far. If you found this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications for alerts, and when you click on the Brandon Boyd Show, click, you will get the latest information on credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, free Cane's chicken and McDonald's, and everything in between. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. We'll see you soon.